Hey guys, this is Elena Seungeun Lee from We Learn to Share, and welcome back to our captivating journey into the realms of utopia. In part 1, we discovered the origins and the historical context of Thomas More's Utopia. I'll put the link over here, so if you haven't watched it, please go and watch it before we delve deeper into this video, into the utopian world presented by Raphael Hidalgo, exploring the micro-utopias and thought-provoking discussions. Well, I'm your host Elena, and this is part 2 of our Exploring Utopia series. Let's dive in. Well, part 2 of Utopia begins with Thomas More's journey to Flanders, fulfilling his duties under the command of the king. It is during this visit, that More encounters Raphael Hidalgo, a Portuguese sailor known for his wanderlust and unconventional ideas. Well, Hidalgo, who had first-hand experience of an ideal society, captured More's attention with his exceptional wisdom and insights. More advises Hidalgo to serve the king and use his knowledge to save the world from its societal woes. However, Hidalgo argues that it will be futile to present his ideas to the king, as the monarchy is only and more focused on war, territory expansion, and tax collection rather than pursuing an ideal society and peace. Well, Hidalgo expresses his concerns about the societal situation in England, referring to it as a society where sheep eat people. He describes how the greed of noble landlords, driven by the rising demand for wool, led to the enclosure of lands and the displacement of peasants. The resulting influx of impoverished individuals into the cities led to a rise of crime, eventually leading to their execution. Well, while some argue in favor of the strict application of laws to punish thieves, Hidalgo criticizes the idea. He believes that executing thieves without addressing the root causes of their action is unjust. Hidalgo emphasizes that taking someone's life for stealing is an extreme form of injustice, stating, "Extreme justice is an extreme injustice." Well, the debate unfolds with Hidalgo advocating for the abolition of private property and the redistribution of wealth as a fundamental resolution to achieve justice and happiness. He argues that as long as private property exists and money remains the measure of all things, no country can govern justly or to be truly happy. More counters with concerns about this argument about the feasibility of a society where everyone shares everything, questioning how motivation and productivity would be sustained. And in response to More's doubts, Hidalgo introduces his vision of an ideal society through three fictional nations within his utopian realm. That's the macro-utopias. The first nation is called Polylarit, which tackles the issue of excessive punishment for theft. Instead of resorting to harsh penalties like execution, Polylarit assigns work to the committed individuals as a form of punishment. The second nation he introduces, called Akoria, addresses the problem of monarchist military ambitions by exerting pressure on the king to prevent invasion and conquest of other nations. Lastly, the nation of Macaria aims to prevent the exploitation of citizens through excessive taxation by imposing a restriction on the monarch, ensuring they cannot accumulate wealth beyond a certain amount. While these micro-utopias seem to offer solutions to specific issues, More highlights the contradictions and flaws inherent in each system. Polylarit, for example, may appear humanitarian at first because they don't kill people for punishments, but it still relies on frequent executions and denies slaves the right to possess weapons or plan escape. More intentionally embeds these contradictions in his narrative, encouraging readers to question the validity of their own beliefs and ideas. Hidalgo concludes part 1 by explaining that a fundamental solution requires the abolition of private property to attain justice and happiness. Well, moving on to part 2, we dive into the utopian realm described by Hidalgo, an artificially created island resulting from the collective effort of its inhabitants. This is the macro-utopia. Well, the entire island that Hidalgo introduces consists of 54 magnificent cities interconnected by a network of identical city designs, laws, customs, and languages. So everything is same. Every aspect of life, from the cities to the houses, follows the same pattern. Houses are not privately owned but shared among the citizens through a lottery system, ensuring regular rotation. Doors are always open, allowing anyone to enter another person's home anytime, thus eliminating private property and privacy. Attire and meals are equally standardized, with everyone wearing the same clothing that never changes. Communal meals replace family dinners taking place in community centers. The nation also employs controlled population growth to maintain harmony and order, valuing the collective well-being of the entire society over individual family units. Also, in this utopian society, money has been abolished, preventing the exacerbation of inequality and power dynamics. The once valued gold and silver are ridiculed, as citizens mockingly transform them into ordinary objects like clay plates and glass cups. By altering people's perception of precious metals like gold and money, the utopian realm eliminates the potential for inequality stemming from material wealth. However, the pursuit of happiness in this utopia extends beyond material possessions. Hyphalia spends considerable time discussing the two types of pleasure in utopia: intellectual and bodily pleasure. Intellectual pleasure encompasses the satisfaction of derived from knowledge, truth, and reflecting on a well-lived life, while the bodily pleasure refers to immediate sensory gratification and a state of tranquility and well-being. According to the utopian philosophy, true happiness is attained by practicing and adhering to virtues and living a moral life. The society emphasizes the importance of spiritual and ethical principles. While bodily pleasure is considered the ultimate goal in this utopia is to dedicate leisure time to intellectual pursuits, expanding one's knowledge and fulfilling intellectual curiosities. And there you have it, the intriguing second part of our Exploring Utopia series, where we've uncovered the utopian realms and the plot and the ideas that was presented in Hythalia's imagination in Moore's Utopia. We've witnessed the micro-utopias and discussed, and also macro-utopia, and discussed the complexities of realizing an ideal society. Okay, this was your reference for this video, and stay tuned for our final episode where we'll explore the comprehensive vision of utopia and the implications for our own world. Thank you for joining me on this remarkable journey. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to catch the thrilling conclusion in part 3. Until then, keep questioning, imagining, and exploring the possibilities of a better world. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next video. Bye!